It began on a nameless colony at the edge of the Perseus Arm. The air was thin there, the soil rich with iron, and humanity had planted its first fragile roots among the stars. Families tilled crimson fields, children laughed beneath alien skies, and the settlers dreamed of building futures far from Earth's shadow. But to the Drazathi Empire, those human farmers were not pioneers. They were trespassers. The Drazathi came with fire and laughter, their warships descending like predators onto unsuspecting prey. Civilians were dragged from shelters and herded into streets, their screams drowned beneath the guttural roars of the conquerors. The colony's planetary governor was executed publicly, broadcast across the stars. His crime? Refusing to kneel. The Drazathi commander, Admiral Koresh, stood over his corpse and spoke words that would echo across the galaxy. Let this be a lesson to the soft ones from Earth. They till the soil as if the galaxy were theirs, but they have no claws, no fangs, no fire. They will bend. They will learn. And if they do not, they will burn. And so the colony was burned. Fields became ash. Cities became tombs. All broadcasts carried the same mocking message. Humanity is weak. Humanity is silent. Humanity is prey. Tsiu. The laughter of jackals, the galaxy watched. Other empires chuckled behind clawed hands and segmented jaws. Humans had been tolerated. Traders, explorers, talkers. But fighters? No. The Terran Confederacy, as they named themselves, had long cultivated diplomacy, weaving treaties rather than building armadas. The Drazathi's brutality was not condemned. It was celebrated. In the great courts of the Hyren, lords toasted Koresh's cleansing strike. On the broadcast webs of the Ulvethi, commentators laughed that Earth had birthed farmers who thought themselves conquerors. Even neutral powers muttered privately that perhaps the humans needed reminding of their place. Across the stars, it became fashionable to mock humanity, to call them mute ones, to joke that Earth's fleets were relics, museums polished for parades, that their soldiers were ceremonial, raised only for peacekeeping, that when humanity bled, they bled quietly, and indeed, humanity said nothing, no grand declarations, no mobilizations, no threats hurled back at Koresh. The Terran Senate convened only behind closed doors, silent to the galaxy. The jackals grew bold. Some began raiding human shipping lanes, confident no response would come. Human envoys were spat upon. And all the while, Admiral Koresh boasted in every system he entered. The Terrans will do nothing. Their silence is their answer. They are prey that learn too late they live among hunters. 3. The silence breaks, but silence is not the same as absence, and patience is not weakness. Months passed. The galaxy forgot the charred colony, save for the broken bones still lying in crimson dust. The Drazathi feasted and drank, celebrating their conquest. Humanity remained unheard until the stars themselves shifted. One night, deep in the Grelth system, traders whispered of shadows eclipsing suns. Entire sectors reported ghost signatures, fleets moving with precision, yet no comms, no identification. Mining stations caught glimpses, vast hulls sliding silently through the dark, bristling with weapons unseen in centuries. Then came the broadcast. Across every channel, every frequency, every empire, one voice spoke, cold, measured, human. This is the Terran Confederacy. We have heard your laughter. We have buried our dead. We are done with silence. The galaxy froze. From the void, humanity's fleets emerged. Not the museum ships mocked in taverns. These were not parade relics. These were war machines, black as midnight, rising in disciplined formation. Dreadnoughts so vast they blotted out stars. Carriers that carried storms within their bays. Battleships with cannons the size of cities. Each hull bore no banners, no markings. Only the silence of the grave. When the first Drazathi patrol stumbled across them, their last message was half a scream before static consumed the Channel Atvi, the storm that answered. The retaliation was not loud at first. It was clinical, precise, surgical. Entire Drazathi fleets vanished in the dark. Outposts reported nothing but silence before their signals died. Colonies under the Empire's banner awoke to find Terran dreadnoughts hanging in orbit. No warning, no negotiation, only annihilation. Then the silence gave way to thunder. The Terran fleets descended like judgment. Missiles streaked like falling stars, shattering warships into burning fragments. Orbital bombardments turned proud Drazathi cities into glass plains. Human ground troops, armored in exosuits like titans, marched through streets with mechanical precision, their rifles speaking in bursts of fire that drowned the snarls of defenders. It was not a war. It was a reckoning. Admiral Koresh's fleets, once arrogant, now desperate, were dragged into battle against the rising wall of Terran steel. But for every Drazathi ship destroyed, 3 more human warships emerged from the void. Their formations were flawless, their silence unbroken. In the Battle of Raltor, the Drazathi's pride shattered. Koresh himself boasted to his captains, "They cannot withstand our claws." Moments before the Terran dreadnought Judicator dropped from warp and unleashed a broadside that split his flagship in half. No surrender was accepted. No quarter given. Humanity's fleets did not pause, did not negotiate. Their vengeance was total. Judgment of fire. The climax came when Earth's fleets reached the Drazathi homeworld. Billions gathered in terror beneath storm-filled skies, watching as the heavens turned black with Terran steel. From horizon to horizon, dreadnoughts filled the atmosphere, their cannons glowing like suns ready to ignite. Then, a single broadcast. Final and merciless. "This is for the colony you burned, for the families you mocked, for every life you crushed beneath your claws. You thought our silence weakness. You mistook our patience for fear. Today you will learn what it means when Earth answers." And the skies fell. Orbital strikes rained fire upon the surface, cities dissolving in oceans of plasma. Drazathi fleets broke in panic, scattering like insects before a storm. Human ground forces landed in perfect waves, their armored boots shaking the world. The once proud empire howled in confusion, in rage, in terror. None of it mattered, because humanity did not come for conquest. They came for retribution. Every fortress fell, every general silenced, every world scarred. It was not war, it was punishment, and punishment was absolute. Soon, the silence. After then, as suddenly as it began, the storm ended. The Terran fleets withdrew. Their ships vanished once more into the void, leaving only ash, ruin, and silence. The Drazathi Empire was no more. What remained were whispers. Whispers carried by refugees, by smugglers, by trembling diplomats who had seen the Terran vengeance firsthand. Do not provoke Earth. They are not mute. They are waiting. Their silence is the wait before the hammer falls. And across the galaxy, a truth became law. Humanity's patience is vast. Their silence can last years, even decades. But once broken, once their wrath is stirred, there is no force in the stars that can withstand it. The galaxy no longer laughed. The jackals no longer mocked. Even the greatest empires spoke of Earth in hushed tones, their words touched with dread. For they had seen what rose from the dark, and they knew it would rise again if provoked. Epilogue. The eternal warning in the aftermath. A single inscription was found carved into the ruins of the Drazathi capital, written in Terran standard, etched deep into blackened stone. Speak lightly of Earth. Tread carefully near their stars, for their silence is not peace. It is the warning before vengeance. And so the galaxy learned. Humanity does not roar at every insult. Humanity does not strike at every wound. But when silence ends, when the fleets rise, humanity's vengeance is infinite.